It's all that I feel, it's all that I know. The wretched illusions stir waves in my soul. Where did you go? And who did you see? Did you pack your burdens and take to the seas? I believe I do what is best for you. Where did you go? Where did you go?
This is what we're dealing with.
Weak headlines?
The city demanding answers. 2 days since their crown jewel goes missing, and 2 more before they raise their pitchforks.
I thought the tabloids know everything.
They do know everything about spreading bullshit. Have you heard the rumors?
If it was foul play, they would have left a Jackson Pollock on the walls for his wife.
You know, with these guys, we can't leave any page unturned. They're their own breed.
There's no evidence of Victor being involved with them except singing at dinner parties.
And just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Well, what can we see?
That would be a great question for the missus. Little Miss Charlotte was conveniently in the shower, and she came out to an empty bed in a hat that she didn't recognize.
Sure that wasn't one of his?
Positive.
It's a very convenient place to be when your spouse drops off the earth.
I know exactly what you're thinking. Bet sure she doesn't.
So I kept telling him, Vic, the whole world has seen you before. Who cares if they're watching from home this time? But he still gets so nervous, like his whole life depends on it.
So Victor's been very open with you about his fears.
There's nothing we don't know about each other. If there's some goon with a knife out to get him, I would have known about it.
Forensics found no DNA on that hat. All the other ones were covered with his prints. Are you sure there was no sign of trouble with him and his colleagues?
The only thing seeing trouble is his liver. They bring him to their bars and their casinos all on their dime.
Is that all they do?
You said to your knowledge. They're the ones hosting the telethon that he's singing at the children's hospital. They're not as bad as you think they are.
But has he ever mentioned anything that could be considered dangerous?
Mr. Kramer, I manage our finances, and I can tell you every penny in that account is legitimate. Victor would never put me in a position that would jeopardize that.
I never mentioned money.
Vic's an honest man. He would never do anything illegal, so much so what do you think that's on my nerve?
I understand that, Miss DuPont.
Mrs.
It's just that these matters tend to stem from within.
Isn't it strange to snap into blackness, linger then vanish, no path to be seen? A songbird fades in the grove, no chirp nor chipper is heard.
You know them?
You've been in the field as long as I have. These guys show up quite a lot.
There's more to a man than what you hear from the mouths of cowards. They've been treating Victor and I like family for years.
And I'm sure you haven't had any trouble since.
And that's the result of minding your own business.
Isn't it strange?
Fine good men they are.
Redirect all your blades
Clink your drinks at the bar.
to one who's fighting for
I believe you've imagined
the
the
skin on their back.
a crook with no face, isn't it? To
Oh, isn't it strange?
So you're the investigator. I've never seen a greater leap to the worst. Bow to
Why, I oughta.
You should be poking round every bar in town to catch him at flush. You know that help above.
Miss, I can assure you that everything I'm doing will bring him home. Be frank with your views. That's all I need from you. If you love him, So you'll tell me everything
I
you
know.
I know my husband better than you know yourself. If I say he's in good company, he's in good company.
It'd be a lot easier to believe if you weren't the last person he saw.
I've got nothing to hide, Mr. Kramer.
Jack,
I make enough working at the bank. Don't connect invisible dots and assume I would gain anything from this.
I wouldn't dream of it. My only job is to eliminate the obvious.
Do what you must. And if you decide to come back, bring a polygraph test.
Victor, will you come to me? Part ways with the shadows that shroud you. It's not too late to reconvene. This city hungers for virtue. The stars consume my line of sight, yet no sign of the moon. They spread for me to scrutinize, but they all seem out of tune. Your offense of looping wire, dare me to climb up the chains, obtain the rubies from the wreck until the truth remains. Tide lunges from the deep end, pulling me under. It's far too late to go back now, for I am one with the roar of the thunder. Please, oh please, my shards of green, paint me a scene with rich surprise. Between the eyes, your fans swarm and flood the lands. Look upon them all from space. It doesn't matter who you are to us, you're just another face. The palette shifts, pervades the sky, impels you to look it in the eye, invigorates the sounds around you. Before you know it, slips in specks of blue. It's easy to tip the paints when every color has its place. And when you change its every role, it's just for beauty you control.
Beautiful night.
Perhaps you'd like to move somewhere colder.
Forgive me. I just wanted privacy.
My hands are clean, Jack.
I never claimed they weren't.
This is about the charity event. Don't waste your breath convincing yourself otherwise.
It isn't just that.
I did what any honest man would do. Did you?
It depends on the circumstances.
Did you? You may have been acting on your boss's orders, but I act on my own. I saw something, I said something.
Then you should have been aware of the consequences.
The consequences of putting faith in the wrong people? I have enough money to be making constructive decisions with it. I shouldn't be punished because people like you can't follow suit.
People like me?
Embezzling what should be going to those in need, using live music as a front, those people. I mean, come on, Jack. Have you given any thought as to why they chose you?
Because I was the best man for the job.
You were the right man for the job because you were the most expendable. When you take the fall, what do you think's gonna happen to them? Nothing. Who are you compared to them? Some bright-eyed, bushy-tailed chump who confuses ambition with skill.
I earned my part in this.
You earned it? You earned the right to commit one of the most heinous acts imaginable?
You don't know what you're talking about.
Why is it always the guilty who have so much to say?
I'm not guilty.
Of course you're not. Only the guilty want to be caught. Oh, come on, Jackie boy. We're not done. Don't you want to go for round 2?
Victor, I know where he is. I've just seen him.
Get away from me!
Miss Dupont, please, I know this is a lot to take in.
Get away from me, you monster!
Please.
Are you happy now?
I'm sorry, please, just let me.
You're gonna rot away for a long, long time, and I hope from the bottom of my heart you realize what you did! Try my best to memorize my smile reflecting in your eyes. Have no clue how happy I made you, but you paint my world with vibrant shades of you.
Where did you go? Who did you see? Did you see what could haunt as a reclusive gaunt till he found ecstasy? Where did you go? Who did you see? Did you counter these fables with a realistic painter sketching a piece? Where did you go?